Alrighty, what's up everybody? Peter Gilmer here on this late Wednesday night. Back at you again with another video right here on the Peter Gilmer YouTube wrestling page, youtube.com/Peter Gilmore. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like this video, hit that subscribe button down below, and subscribe to my other channels, which are down below in the description box. And as always, friend me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, share this video all over the internet. And don't forget to tap that bell and get notified on when I do my videos and my live streams. So you'll be the first ones to watch them. And you can come in the chat when I do a live stream. And we can talk about some wrestling or whatever the topic is. So come on in. Chat room is now open. And hopefully get a couple people in the chat. I know it's 2 o'clock in the morning here in the Northeast. I apologize for the lateness of the video once again. But I had work till 10 o'clock, and I didn't get out till like 10:15, and then I had to do some stuff in my parents' house, so I didn't get home till like around 11 o'clock. And then I got some dinner from McDonald's, which really fucked me up. My stomach was been queasy the last couple hours. It just threw up a little bit. That tells me I should not order the shakes from McDonald's because they fucked me up. So no more shakes. And that's for now. But I will get them in the future. But yeah, so, and I had to rewatch Dynamite. I watched a little bit of NXT. I got to rewatch that tomorrow when I get home from doing my errands, my early morning errands. So sometime tomorrow evening, tomorrow night. I would say tomorrow evening, basically, because I want to get the video out quickly and get some much needed rest because I got a long ass weekend. Again, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday work. I'm working 5 days now with 2 off days. Tuesday and Thursday I'm off, and a little bit of Friday, so 2.5 days off. Yep, so I'm going to be making more money, which I need, which is nice, but I really would like to work a 4-day week, so I have 3 days off. But thanks to my boneheaded associates who either got fired or quit, gave me more hours, which I didn't want, but I'll take it anyway. And it sucks because I think my video schedule might change. I don't know. I'm going to try to get the videos up as best I could when I have the time. So the video schedule might change over the next coming days and coming weeks and coming months and maybe years. I don't know. But I'm not going to be at this job too long. But just as long as I can save up money, and whenever me and the missus decide to move away, which is going to be pretty soon. Not now, but I mean, maybe in another couple of years, we're going to be moving to Florida, which I do want to move to Florida, but I don't want to leave my parents. You know, I know they're going to be okay, but, you know, they're up in age. So they're just about to hit the mid-70s. So I got to be careful. You know, I got to come back every so often and check on them, make sure everything's okay. And I got to sell this house, which, you know, Casa del Gilmore, not the greatest house in the world, but, you know, sell for a nice, cheap price. They're probably going to tear it down, which, you know, this is my grandfather's old house, but, you know, I fixed this thing up since 2015, so, so I'll be moving out of New Jersey, going down to Florida, living the rest of my life in Florida. I don't know if I'll be getting a job down there or I'll just retire early, like get my early retirement. You know, when I'm like close to 50 or around 50. You know, Rose will be long retired, getting her pension and all that other shit. Me, maybe I'll get my pension. I don't know. At least I'll get a nice SSI check, but nice income check, you know, later on in life when I finally get out of this fucking job. But right now I can't. As much as I want to leave it, because I'm kind of getting stressed out from it. Can't really leave it because I got no backup besides my music job, but and that I only go to like maybe 2-3 times a week, so it is what it is. That's all I gotta say about. But things are looking, well, I would say they're looking up, but work wise, I'm working 5 days a week, which I fucking hate. I'm going back to being a full-time guy. So I'm basically working like 35, almost 40 hours a week for 2 weeks. So basically I'm working about between 50 and maybe almost 70 hours every 2 weeks, which isn't bad. I mean, with the money I make, a couple $100, not a couple hundred, a few $100. Excuse me. A few $100 would be nice. I can pay some of my bills. I just paid my one of my medical bills off. Well, not off, but some of it off. Just paid my first monthly payment. I got 23 payments to go. So that's about 2 years. So and I still got more. I got another statement in today, which I got to pay another $200 for. And that's going to keep going up because my insurance fucking sucks. And I'm going to go to the hospital in the next week or two, hopefully to get it fixed. I don't know if I can, but I say, oh, you racked this thing up. You should have came like sooner. And I'm going to like, how can I if I have to work 5 days a week? And the only time I can come here is when I have an appointment. And when I come for an appointment, I try to come down to the place, and you guys are like at nowhere to be found. So I can't do anything. And I only can pay such and such a month now, because I don't make a lot of money right now. I mean, I make a lot, but not that much. And my bills are racked up. It's a lot. It's a lot. With my therapy sessions, my psychiatry, and going to the doctor, the medical doctor, and now I gotta go see a dermatologist for this fucking face, which is getting better. And I'm trying to speed up the. I'm gonna try to talk to somebody in the dermatology office tomorrow. Maybe I can get my appointment that I have in October. Maybe I can get it bumped up a week or two. Maybe I can go like the first week of either not next week, the following week. I can go maybe like say October 1st. Maybe I can go to get it done and over with, and I can get I have to get a blood test for just for medical reasons, just to see how my blood is doing, see if I'm not dead or half dead. So I got to do that. And that's basically it. So lots of things going on. Rose is still ain't here. I think she's coming back the week after next. So I would say by this time next week, not next week, in 2 weeks from now, hopefully she'll be back. But I don't know how long she's gonna be here for. She might go right back to Florida, which I hate. I want her here for a long time, like maybe a couple weeks, a month, 2 months, 3 months. I like her to be here for the rest of this year, but she's got problems with down there in Florida with her daughter and her grandson. So he goes to daycare, and then the daycare place ain't even open. So yeah, and the daughter's ex-boyfriend's a douchebag, but I digress. It is what it is. I'm not going to get into too much of that shit. But like I said, over the next coming days, coming weeks, coming months, you might see some changes in the way I do in my video schedule. I might not do videos every day, but I think Monday nights I would do my Raw review. Wednesday nights AEW. Thursday I'll do NXT, or if AEW's on a Thursday night or a Saturday night, I do respectively. Still got SmackDown on Friday night, and if AEW does a pay-per-view on Saturday, do the pay-per-view Saturday night. And then Sunday, when they have a major pay-per-view, like WWE has a pay-per-view, or TNA has a pay-per-view, or Ring of Honor has a pay-per-view, you'll be getting all those pay-per-view reviews. But I think the Ring of Honor pay-per-view reviews, I'm going to do. I used to do them on TGC Reborn. I'm going to go back to doing that on TGC Reborn, because I want to keep the pay-per-view reviews for AEW and WWE specifically. So I'm going to keep Ring of Honor on a different page. I'm not going to do reviews of Ring of Honor TV anymore. I have no time to do it. But if Ring of Honor does another pay-per-view, because they're doing a pure tournament now on TV, Ring of Honor TV's back. Has some good matches so far. Dalton Castle and Jay Lethal was a great match. They got a couple good matches coming up. So when Ring of Honor comes back to pay-per-view, which will probably be either the end of this year or probably most likely next year, when they do their first pay-per-view of the year, which might be the anniversary show in February. So that'd be I think the 17th or 18th anniversary show. If they do it, of course. That'll be on the TGC Reborn channel, not on this channel. This channel, you'll get TNA, AEW, NXT, TakeOver, and WWE pay-per-views. So we got that coming up. So we got that. And as always, your AEW and NXT reviews and any pertinent news that comes your way, like maybe the ratings or some big news that comes out of the WWE, TNA, New Japan, CCW, Ring of Honor, or whatever companies is going there. That's all I got to say about that. All right. Let's get this done out of the way, because I got to take a shit. But I digress. So, ladies and gentlemen, on this late, that's going to be very late, Wednesday night, September the 16th, 2020, or if you're watching now from somewhere else, it is now September the 17th, 2020. We're getting near the end of September already. It's just amazing. By this time next week, we'll be talking about the end of September. Time flies when you're having fun, ain't it? We were just talking about the summer. We were talking about Easter and Valentine's Day. Now we're talking about Columbus Day and Halloween coming up next month. Daylight Savings Time, November the 1st, which is the same day as Hell in a Cell. Go figure. Then we're talking about Thanksgiving and Election Day. I'm probably going to be doing a rant on Election Day, depending on who wins. If Trump wins, maybe I'll do a rant. If Trump loses, I'll definitely do a rant. But we'll see what happens on November the 3rd. Don't forget to vote for Trump. Just saying. That's because I'm voting for Trump. And the missus, I think, is going to vote for Trump as well. I'm not sure. She has her different views, so I don't know if she's going to vote for Biden. We're both Republicans, so I don't know. Listen, we'll vote for Biden. We'll vote for Trump and Mike Pence. Get rid of Sleepy Joe and that racist Kamala Harris. That I don't know what she is. She's a pain in my ass, but I digress, and that's all I got to say about that. All right, let me take a moment to step out, so I'll be right back. I would edit it, but I'm not going to. Shit kicked my ass. One more TP. TP. Get Friday or Saturday. I'll get Saturday. That's a couple more TP. Friday. This little box, put more glitter in it. And next week I'll buy some glitter, buy some treats. Ugh. Shit. Stinks. Oh God, he stinks. All right, sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen, for that little pause in the video. So I'm not going to edit it, but edit it out. But it is what it is. All right, on this late, God, I'm fucking sick as a dog. Got the diarrhea. Cha cha cha. It is what it is. I don't have the I don't have COVID. It's just from the fucking McDonald's I ate and the shake I had. Ugh. Next time I should not mix Pepsi, Coke, and a vanilla shake. No, not gonna do that anymore. But on this late Wednesday night, early Thursday morning, whatever you may be, it is time for your late night AEW Dynamite review for September the 16th, 2020, from Daly's Place in Jacksonville, Florida. The best fucking show going on today. Now, I apologize for this video because I thought that AEW was going to be on tomorrow night because I thought it was going to be preempted by basketball, the playoffs. But I guess the playoffs, I think the Lakers ended their I think tonight was supposed to be Game 7 for the Lakers or something like that. Game 6 or 7, whatever it was. And the Lakers went on to the finals. They're going to face either the Nuggets or the Clippers, which I think is going to be the Clippers. So the Battle of LA in the Western Conference Finals. And Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals was tonight. I don't know. I think the Celtics won. I'm not sure, but that's Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals. So that's going to be on TNT most of the coming days. I think there's another game on Friday. I don't think there's a game tomorrow. I think there's a game on Friday. I think the Western Conference semis is still going on. I don't know what's going on. I don't watch basketball, so except for the Celtics, which I didn't watch the game tonight because I was at work. And I had to watch Dynamite and a little bit of NXT. And NXT wasn't bad. But AEW tonight, holy shit, it was good. This is why AEW is the best wrestling promotion on the fucking planet. And I'm not saying that as an AEW mark. I'm saying that as a fan, a wrestling realist, and a purist. AEW is doing some good shit right now. Last couple weeks, well, last week, everybody said it was a downer. I thought it was an okay show. Got over 1 million views. I wonder what they did tonight. I gotta see the ratings tomorrow. Probably won't be out till tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening sometime. So who knows what's gonna happen with that? But I would not be surprised if AEW did another 1 million. But now that AEW was on tonight, NXT was on tonight, back to the Wednesday Night Wars we go. So I don't know what's gonna happen. But AEW put on a show tonight. It was a great show, start to finish. Great stuff. You know, from the beginning segment actually with Draxler Express FTR. Great match that was, and with the Bucks getting involved early on in the match, or even before the match started. I'll get to that in a minute. Right after that, you had some pretty decent matches. You know, Thunder Rosa and Ivelisse was a pretty decent match. Not great, but decent. Private Party against Jake Hager and Le Champion, Chris Jericho. Not bad. Kind of. And then what happened to Matt Hardy, we don't know who did that. I think if you saw when Jericho came in with the bat, I think now that I think they're gonna start the Jericho Hardy feud, which will probably be ending in the final deletion. But we'll see what happens with that. But I think it's gonna start leading into Jericho Hardy maybe at Full Gear. But we'll see. Maybe in the final deletion match. I don't know what's going to happen with that. But look, I think they're planting the seeds for Jericho and Jericho and Matt Hardy. But we'll see what happens with that. And the main event of the parking lot brawl between the Best Friends and Santana Ortiz was phenomenally epic. It was a fucking brawl. Hardcore. I mean, they used doors. I mean, they were just putting each other through the fucking windshield. I mean, Santana was busted wide open. Trent's back was busted wide open. I mean, Santana got his arm cut wide open. I mean, there was a lot of blood, and not a lot of blood. I mean, decent amount of blood in that match. You know, especially when Trent went through that windshield. Holy shit! And the way it ended, whoo! The way it ended was, you know, with what Chucky T did Ortiz, and then Trent hitting strong zero inside the pickup truck through that big ass board. You know that board was going to get used at some point. But all in all, tonight's show was fucking epic. Great show tonight. And I can only imagine what next week's going to bring. Next week got a pretty decent card next week. I'll get to that in a little bit. But let's begin with this review. So we start off the show. We got Draxler Express in the ring, Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy Jack with that little piece of shit runt Marco Stunt on the outside. They're winning FTR. But then we see the Young Bucks come out, and they are pissed. So they get in the ring, and Draxler Express like, what the fuck's going on here? I'm like, why are the Bucks out here for? It's like, I thought they were gonna super kick Draxler Express and really turn heel. But they come out, they look at them, they look at the referee. I think it was, I don't know who, that young guy. It wasn't Paul Turner, it wasn't Rick Knox, it wasn't Aubrey Edwards or anybody like that. It was the younger one of the referees. Where the hell was Mike Chioda? Did he just come for a cup of coffee and then stop? I mean, where's Mike Chioda? Just saying. Anyway, so they come out, they super kick the ref, and everybody's like, what the fuck just happened? I was like, whoa! I mean, they are pissed. I mean, this is stemming from when they lost to who did they lose to? When Hangman Adam Page screwed him in that gauntlet match a couple weeks ago, and then they kicked Hangman Adam Page out of the Elite, and then they beat Jurassic Express. I beat the crap out of them. Had a good match at All Out. You know, then they beat up a whole bunch of people. Then Tony Khan fines them $10,000, $5,000 each, mind you, for what they did last week. But this week, they super kick the ref. They go to the back. We follow them going to the back. And then they head over to Tony Khan, who's on the headset. And they just throw a stack of bills at him. And he's like, more money for me. So they just throw the money at him, and they just leave. So, you know, Bucks are pissed. I mean, this looks like they are really turning heel. It's just the beginning stages of them turning full-fledged heel. And the only one that's left is Kenny. And I'll talk about Kenny Omega in a minute. But they throw the money at him, and then that's pretty much it. Then we get to the match. FTR versus Draxler Express. Pretty good match. We started with Jungle Boy and Cash to start. Cash starts working on Jungle Boy. Jungle Boy works out of the hold. Dax takes down Dax close for a near fall. Then Jungle Boy, they go back and forth, and then they beat up. They take care of Jungle Boy. Get a distraction. Cash able to attack Lucha Boy from behind. Attacks in Dax. They whip Lucha, who hits a close on the Cash. Then one on Dax. Dax is in the corner. Lucha blocks with a knee. Heads up to the top rope. Dive Lucha. And Luchasaurus turns it into a power slam for a near fall. Then he goes to work. Then the Draxler Express goes to work. Jungle Boy bounces off the shoulders with a senton on the Dax for a near fall. Jungle Boy works the left arm. Dax escapes. They tag, some rope work. Jungle Boy hops up. Power slam from Cash for a near fall. Kind of looked like a really botched power slam, but okay. Cash with a bow and arrow submission. And keeps his shoulders up. Tags the Dax. He kicks in the ribs. Then it's a suplex and a leg drop for a near fall. Then he has a fireman's carry. Tags the dash. Cash lands a knee. Dax drops him on it for a near fall. So basically beating the crap out of Jungle Boy. Jungle Boy tries to get out of it, tries to make the tag to Luchasaurus, but gets stopped 1 or 2 times. So good work from the champs. So eventually, Jungle Boy comes back on a clothesline. Then he finally gets the tag to Luchasaurus. He comes in like a house of fire, beating the crap out of FTR. He has a fireman's carry on Cash, tosses him into Dax. Then he choke slams. I think it was Cash. Then he has a standing moonsault for a near fall. Misses a splash in the corner. Dax tags in, attempted to suplex Jungle Boy with a tag, and then Luchasaurus hits the tail whip to Cash and Dax. Dax in the center on his knees. We get a spinning kick from Luchasaurus. Close onto the back of the head for a near fall. Dax comes in for a suplex, but Jungle Boy turns and lands into a pin for a near fall. Dax lifts him and just slams him down really hard. And then both men are down. Cash comes in. And Jungle Boy comes back with a knee strike. Dax comes in. Crucifix pin for a near fall. Then up on the shoulders, roll up from Jungle Boy for a near fall. They go back and forth for a while. And then Jungle Boy goes to the top rope. He flies crossbody, but Dax turns over for a pinfall for a near fall. It gets reversed into a pin by Jungle Boy for a near fall. As Cash Wheeler comes in, Luchasaurus enters, gets kicked, and it's like puny kick. And then hits a right and get a right hand from Cash. Lucha is like nope. Then he grabs him by the throat. Dax attacks from behind, saying Luchasaurus to the outside. We get a roll from Jungle Boy for a near fall. And then it kind of goes back and forth for a little bit. We get an inside cradle from Jungle Boy for a near fall. Luchasaurus flies on the outside, but Cash moved and dives over the barricade into the crowd. And then Jungle Boy with a suicide dive. He's back on the apron, sends Dax into the corner. With a shoulder, he flies in for a sunset flip bomb, but Dax holds on. Roll up from Jungle Boy for a near fall, and then Dax shifts his weight. And he gets the 1, 2, 3 as Cash locks his hand with Dax right next to Tully Blanchard. So they get the cheated win. But I think you knew that FTR was going to beat Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy, but it is what it is. So not a bad match, pretty good match. I gave 3 out of 5 stars, and a good way to start the show. And we'll see what happens with FTR as we get closer and closer to what happens next week, and that's that. All right, then we go to commentary. They say we got something going on backstage. We have Alex Marvez backstage. We see Matt Hardy grimacing in pain, grabbing his knee. He's on the floor, and Private Party's there to help him out. And Alex is like, "What happened? What happened?" And Private, I think it was Isaiah Cassidy was saying, "Oh, we were just talking about strategy." And the next thing you know, I turn my back, and Matt Hardy's down on the floor. In comes Jericho and Hager. Jericho with his bat Floyd. Jericho tells him it's swollen, looks terrible, maybe we have to amputate. And then Hager's like, "You better put some ice on it." And they leave. So I guess you know who attacked Matt Hardy. It's probably Hager and Jericho. And Jericho hit him with a bat in the knee. So we'll see what happens with that situation. And that's it. So I give that 2.5 out of 5 stars. All right, we come back to Daily's Place with match number 2. Frankie Kazarian of SCU taking on Hangman Adam Page. The Cowboy doing some cowboy shit. We have Kenny Omega on commentary. This wasn't a bad match. Omega says, reinstates that his focus is on singles competition, not on him and Page anymore. So he's basically now away from tag team wrestling, focusing on the task at hand, which is probably getting a AEW world title shot pretty soon. So they go at it, and they have like a little bit of a stalemate. Then they stand. Page lifts him up. Cass holds him up for a near fall. Cass hits a drop toe hold and with a cravat. Page stands and hits the abs. Then a knee from Cass. Then another one and a swinging neck breaker as Cass holds on. Page escapes, hits the ropes, a knee from Page. Page catches Cass and slams him down with a body slam. He goes to work on Cass. Cass comes back with a right hand. and a chop to Paige. Paige reverses, chop in the corner, then a short arm clothesline from Paige. So he goes to work a little bit as Kaz rolls onto the corner. He grabs the legs of Kaz, pulling, and Kaz stands, hits a right hand, chop to the chest, then another right hand to the face. Sends Paige into the ropes, Paige into the corner, and Kaz flies over the top to the apron. Paige bounces off the second turnbuckle with a clothesline. Then he flies over the top to the outside with a suicide plancha on the Kaz as we go to picture-in-picture. Come back. Paige with the right hand sends Kaz into the ring. He's basically beating up Kaz. Kaz comes back with the right hand. Paige tries to enter through the ropes, but Kaz hits a leg drop. Hits the corner, then a flying leg drop to Paige hanging off the ropes. So like a guillotine almost. Whips Paige into the corner, bounces off the ropes, hits a sick side rushing leg sweep, which was impressive. Then he shoves the face of Paige. Paige's like, "You shoved me? I'm going to shove you." He shoves him. And Kaz tries to lift him. Paige drops his weight. And Kaz tries to suplex. Paige locks the leg. Kaz beats up on the back a few times, hooks the leg. Hits a fisherman's suplex into a pin for a near fall. And Paige is able to get his knee to get to his knee, attack the midsection. Kaz continues to work on the back. Paige comes back with right hands, and then Kaz with the right, Paige with one of his own, Kaz with one of his own, Paige with a forearm. They go back and forth, and Kaz hits Paige with an elbow right out of the ropes, hits the ropes, and Paige hits his own elbow. So they're going back and forth to most of near the end of the match. They try to go for clotheslines. Paige missed. Kaz locks up, hits a German. Paige lands. He goes for a German. Paige lands on his feet. He ducks a clothesline, hits the ropes, clothesline to Kaz. Then a right forearm from Paige, and then another one, then another to the cheek. Sends Kaz into the corner. Kaz with a kick out of the corner, gets on the second rope. Hops back, but Paige catches him in a fallaway slam. And then a standing shooting star press for a near fall. And then Kaz is in the corner. He kicks out of it, and then hits an elbow. He escapes onto the apron. Paige tries for another flying clothesline. But Kaz has a scout. Hits a spike DDT to Paige. Ow. Kaz tries for the kill switch, or the unprettier, whatever you want to call it. Paige shows him Kaz with a backslide. Paige turns over, hooks the arms himself, wants his own backslide, but tosses Kaz over his head. Kaz escapes and hits the unprettier for a very near fall. Then Paige comes back with a sliding clothesline. And then hits a pump handle under the shoulders. Sends him out with a Death Valley driver for a near fall. And then Paige gets sent to the apron. He springboards. He looks for the buckshot lariat. Kaz with a diamond cutter for a near fall. And a scoop of the slam from Kaz. Hits the rope, springboards. Paige catches it into a sit-up powerbomb for a near fall. Then he gets on the apron, wants the buckshot lariat to end it. Kaz slides under him. Then Paige backflips onto the floor. They fight on the floor for a little bit. And Paige flies back out, hits a hard clothesline, sends Kaz into the ring. Paige tries to kick right hand from Kaz, then a headbutt. Kick from the outside to Kaz as Paige is coming in. Kaz goes for another leg drop. But Paige rolls away. Then he comes in with a buckshot lariat. 1, 2, 3. Hangman Adam Page gets back on the winning track, and he gets the win. And a pretty decent match. 3 out of 5 stars. Not bad. Nice 13-minute match. About. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. So, not a bad match. And we'll see what happens with Adam Page from here. What's going to happen. We see Kenny get off commentary and go to the back. And Paige is just standing around, and he's like looking, and he's like, maybe Kenny. He's looking for Kenny. Maybe to reconcile. I don't know. But Kenny is nowhere to be found. He went to the back. So we'll see what happens with this situation next week on the program. And as it will be on next Wednesday, no cutoff dates or anything like that. No preemptions next week. It's gonna be right back on Wednesday nights. The Wednesday Night War is in full effect. Starting tonight and starting into next week, and we get that. That's that. So that's it. So Adam Page back on track. That's a good thing. That's all I got to say about that. All right. Then we get to match number 3. Everybody's favorite dick, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, MJF with Wardlow at ringside. Takes on Sean Dean. And yeah. Thanks for coming, Sean Dean, because this match lasted about 5 seconds. I mean, really. And they meet up in the middle of the ring. MJF hits the old Roddy Piper poke in the eye. Then he locks in Salt of the Earth. Dean taps like a drunk man. And the match is over in about 5-10 seconds. That was that. That was quick. So I gave that 1 out of 5 stars. I mean, really, a squash match for MJF, basically. And Wardlow sends Dean out of the ring like a piece of garbage. MJF wants to stick, gets on the mic, says he's a very honest man. Moxley is not, meaning Jon Moxley. He says he cheated, and right now MJF should be undefeated. He should be the AEW champion. And since he should be undefeated, we should refer to him as MJF, the undefeated, undisputed, uncrowned AEW world champion of all elite wrestling. Then he asks Justin Roberts to announce him, or he's going to get his ass kicked by Wardlow. So Justin Roberts does his job, says what he has to say. And then he says he'll never get a fair shake around in AEW since he is not part of a stable or a faction. And it's like there's a new one every freaking week, I think, really. I mean, Eddie Kingston's group, FTR, the Elite. I mean, everybody's forming a group now. It is what it is. You gotta be in it to know it. That's that. He says he's always been a lone wolf, but maybe it's time that he joins a wolf pack. Ow! Wolf pack is back, and it's called match. Wolf pack in the house. Too sweet. Anyway, not like that. Not like the Bullet Club. That is what it is. Though I would have loved to see the NWO versus the Bullet Club. I mean, Hogan in his prime, and then, with the Balor, the Bullet Club with Balor, or the Bullet Club with Kenny and Cody and everybody. Holy shit, that would have been good. But sadly, we will never get that. Because everybody that was in the NWO is old and brittle, and a couple people are dead. Macho Man really savage, yeah. Kurt Henning's gone. Lex Luger's not in the best of health. Buff Bagwell's, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with Buff Bagwell. Scott Hall is, doing DDP yoga and trying to get better. Nash is kind of broken down. Sting is broken down. I don't know what's going on with his neck. Hogan's 70-something years old and broken up. Brother. Bret Hart's broken down and brittle. He was part of the NWO. Conan's doing shit in Mexico, and he's broken down too. I don't know what's happened with Scott Norton. Scott Steiner is doing indie work here and there, and doing cameos for people. I mean, he did one for Deluxe Man. I mean, that guy, Deluxe Man must have a lot of money for getting all these cameos for people, like Alicia Toot, Shayna Baszler, Scott Steiner. It's fucking crazy. Guy must be loaded thanks to all those donations he gets and all that e-begging he does. But I digress. Anyway, so MJF says he'll never get he wants to be he's basically saying he wants to join a stable. Maybe the Wolf won't be alone no more. And what I'm looking at Waldo's like, what am I to you? Am I just here? So anyway, MJF says at the end of the day, he's still better than you. And you know it. And that's it. So we'll see what happens with MJF if he joins maybe the Inner Circle. I doubt he's going to join the Inner Circle. Maybe he'll join up with Eddie Kingston's group. I don't see that. Not joining the Elite. Let's put it that way. That's gone. Maybe he'll team up with Miro and Kip Sabian and Penelope Ford. Who knows? Maybe he joins up with Taz and his group with Ricky Starks and Brian Cage. Or maybe he teams up with Jake Roberts and Lance Archer. He can go anywhere right now. But I guess the price has to be right for Mr. MJF. But and now with Wardlow, what are you gonna do with Wardlow now? If he joins, you gonna have Wardlow in the same group? I still think it's gonna lead to MJF getting rid of Wardlow, and Wardlow's gonna beat the shit out of him. That's all I gotta say about that. And we'll move on from that. All right, then we get a video package of Taz talk about his one of his stablemates, Ricky Starks, and his moveset. What the damn dude just basically showed his a spear and his finisher. That's it. And that's basically all I got to say about that. And we move on. All right, then we get to Eddie Kingston and his group with the Lucha Bros, Ray Phoenix, and Pentagon Zero. And the Butcher and the Blade. He tells the Butcher and the Blade to get the hell out of the ring for some odd reason. Okay. So Kingston says he has 3 points. Number 1, he never lost the Battle Royal. Beg to differ right there, Eddie, but you have a slight point. But talk to Tony Khan about that one, Eddie. Don't talk to me about that. And everybody else. Point number 2, they are a family. Not a stable or a faction, but a family. They are a family of violence. They are the Ages of Chaos. Then he tells the Butcher and the Blade to find some victims. So they grab the jobbers that were in the front row next to Billy and his son, and Brandon, whatever his damn last name is. Brandon, what's his name? Brandon. That guy Brandon Lee or whatever is the guy that does the camera work for BTE. You know what I'm talking about. Brandon. The guy that jobs a lot. Who has never won a match. Brandon, whatever his name is. Whatever. So they grab this guy with green hair, throw him over. Then they grab Griff Garrison, throw him over. Then another guy. They beat the living bejesus out of these guys. Pentagon and Ray hit super kicks to the blue-haired kid. Then Pentagon drops Ray onto him splash style. Butcher and the Blade send the other 2 into the ring. They beat the shit out of them. And then I think Griff Garrison tried to get some offense in, and they clear the ring anyway. Eddie says they have everything in order, and his 3rd point, and he turns to the Blade and says, "You got to get your house in order, sir." Meaning, get back with your wife, Allie. Because Allie's now with QT Marshall in a little love thing. So I think Allie's going to turn on him anyway and join up with them. They get back the Butcher and the Blade and a bunny, which would be nice because I miss the bunny. I don't like this Allie right now. Allie just basically being this love interest to QT Marshall. Blech. And being in a tag team with Brandy, what was it called? The Nightmare Sisters, whatever they're called. They should have won the damn Women's Cup, but they gave it to Ivelisse and Diamante. Go figure that one out. And that's it. And that's basically it for that segment. So I gave that 3 out of 5 stars. Well, not bad. And that's all I got to say about that. And that's it. So we'll see what happens with Eddie Kingston's group as we go into next week. And that's basically all I got to say about that. All right, then we get to match number 4, Private Party, Marquine and Isaiah Cassidy taking on Chris Jericho, Le Champion, the Demo God, and Jack Swagger. Weed. Jake Hager, I'm sorry. Not bad. Jake Hager and Jericho now forming a team, trying to run up the ranks to maybe getting a tag title shot against FTR. Though I don't know how that will work if FTR is a heel team and Jake Hager and Chris Jericho are a heel team. So I think you might have to turn FTR as a face. I don't know if that's going to work. FTR as a face. I don't like it. but we'll see. And that's that. All right, not a bad match. We started from Marquine and Jake Hager. We get a lockup. Hager shoves Marquine down. Then we get a waist up, and Hager elbows him out. Get a tag into Cassidy. Marquine drop toe holds Jake Hager, but Hager won't go down. So Cassidy comes in and bulldogs him. Jericho's on the apron. He punches Cassidy. Marquine hops onto the back of Cassidy and leg layers Jericho down. So Private Party in control. They hit serial suicide dives on both of them. Beat the crap out of Jericho and Hager on the different sides of the ring. Hager rolls into the ring. Cassidy shoots himself into a flip on the Hager for a 1 count because you can't get the big man down. Cassidy comes in, goes for a suplex, and they hit a double suplex for a near fall. And then Hager shoots Marquine off, big boot to the face. And then Hager grabs the leg, tags in Jericho. They start going to work on Marquine for a little bit. And they go back and forth with tags, textbook tag teams wrestling 1-on-1. They go back and forth with tags. And then Marquine comes back. Hops up the second rope with a drop kick. And then we get a tag. And then Jericho comes in with a springboard seated. Isaiah Cassidy, it's a springboard seated senton. Drop kicks to Hager. Springboard moonsault and a cover for a near fall. It was very close near fall, like 2 and 9/19. Cassidy rushes the corner, then a right elbow, Jericho to his knee. Cassidy goes for a springboard. Hager has the bat. He slaps Cassidy hard on the leg. I don't know if it was with the bat or just slapped him. Jericho baseball slides him to the outside. Hager hops down off the apron and attacks, sending Cassidy into the ring post as Rick Knox was distracted. That sucks to be Rick Knox. Excuse me. We're going on to work on Isaiah Cassidy now. And at one point, Hager punches Marquine off the apron. Cassidy locks the head using the ropes for leverage. Marquine gets up. They hit the silly string to Hager. Jericho gets the tag. Marquine gets the tag. He clotheslines Jericho. He hits a Manhattan drop. Then a drop kick to Jericho. 1 to Hager. He kips up and hits an over-the-top plancha. And then a springboard crossbody to Jericho for a near fall. Tags in Isaiah Cassidy. They hit Poetry in Motion. And got that from Matt Hardy. They hit it, but Cassidy showing some back pain. Ooh, that's not good. They hit a neck breaker and a foot stomp as Cassidy comes for a near fall. Then Cassidy beats up on Jericho in the corner. Hager runs in to stop it. Cassidy move. Hager hits Jericho. Oops. He runs at Hager. Hager shoots him up. Cassidy lands on Jericho's shoulders and hits a hurricane off the top rope, which is pretty impressive. That whole move was great. Marquine sends Hager over the ropes to the outside. Cassidy pins Jericho for a near fall. He beats Jericho down against the ropes, and then Cassidy ducks the Judas effect and gets a roller for a near fall. Then he has a springboard diamond cutter. And he goes to the top rope. Goes for the senton. Jericho moved. Cassidy ate nothing but canvas. Then he gets up, and Jericho hits the Judas effect elbow. 1, 2, 3. So Jericho and Hager get another win as a tag team. Their second win in a row as a tag team. And that was basically all I got to say about that. So not a bad match. I gave it I gave it about 3.25 out of 5. So it's not bad. Could have been better, but it is what it is. And that's that. Afterwards, Jericho mounts Cassidy, hits a few punches, then knocks in the walls of Jericho for good measure. Marquine's in the ring, hits the Pele kick to Jericho, and then Hager pulls Jericho out. So I don't know if there's going to be a rematch or what's going to happen now with Jericho and Hager. Where they're going to go from here? Maybe another match next week. We'll see what happens with that. And now with the ongoing what happened to Matt Hardy, who hit Matt Hardy? Was it Sammy Guevara? Was it Jericho? Obviously, it must be Jericho with the bat. So we'll see what happens with that. I think we'll hear from Matt Hardy next week on who attacked him. I think he's going to say it was Jericho. And then he's like, I want you, Jericho, in the ring. And so they'll probably start the lead into that, which they might have a match at the anniversary show on October the 14th. But we'll see what happens with that. Because all this stuff is leading up until the 14th of October for the 1-year anniversary show. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. And we move on from there. So 3.25 out of 5 stars for that, and we move on from there. All right, match number 5 for the NWA Women's Championship. The first time the belt being defended in AEW. We had the beautiful Melanie Cervantes, otherwise known as Thunder Rosa, taking on Ivelisse, the Dominican Queen, and the Puerto Rican Queen. I think Diamante is the Dominican Queen. Anyway, not a bad match. Pretty good. We had the AEW Women's Champion Hikaru Shida, Holy Shida, at ringside to look on. So might be something with another rematch with Thunder Rosa down the line. Maybe at the 1-year anniversary show. Maybe a title for title match. Who knows? Like I said, the match was all right. Ivelisse shoves Thunder Rosa before the bell. Then it rang. And Thunder tries some strikes. Ivelisse catches a kick. Then Thunder Rosa comes back with an arm drag. And Ivelisse gets one of her own. They go back and forth for a little bit. Ivelisse shoots the leg. No go. Then a right hand is blocked. And then they go head to head. And then Ivelisse slaps Thunder Rosa in the face, smacking some of that makeup off. Fakes another one, pushes Rosa's face, just pie-faced her. That pissed Thunder Rosa off. Just her right in the face, chopped to the titties. And she runs up the corner, walks the ropes, on drag to Ivelisse. Ivelisse misses a clothesline, Rosa with a Hurricanrana. Ivelisse then kicks her in the gut, chopped to the titties. Do some rope work into an arm drag from Ivelisse. Then Rosa sends Ivelisse into the corner. Not my Rosa, but Thunder Rosa. So if I'm saying Rosa, it's Thunder Rosa. So getting that out of the way. Ivelisse kicks out of it. Goes to second rope, Hurricanrana with a nice head grab out of that too. Rosa with one hell of a dropkick right to the mush of Ivelisse. And Thunder Rosa with a hard elbow to the corner. Ivelisse is seated in the corner. She runs Rosa with a running kick to the face for a near fall. Then the gory special, and I gotta go take a crap, so I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Alrighty, sorry about that. It's not. I'm really not feeling good, but I'm gonna get this video up and done, even if it takes me till 5 o'clock in the morning. Let's put it that way. All right, so let's get back to Ivelisse and Thunder Rosa. And Ivelisse with a running kick to the face and a cover for a near fall. It's just a gory special. And then we see Diamante, who's out with Ivelisse, gets on the apron to distract Thunder Rosa. Ivelisse rolls Rosa out of the hold, running knee strike for a near fall. Rosa goes to the outside. Ivelisse follows, running kick to face. And then they fight on the outside. Rosa sends Ivelisse into the apron, chops to the titties right in front of Hikaru Shida. Then Ivelisse with a chop to the titties. And then Thunder Rosa comes back with an uppercut. She breaks the count. Ivelisse drives her into the apron, seats her on the apron, rolls her into the ring for a near fall. Then a little bit of a rest period for the kavad. Ivelisse has Rosa in the center of the ring. Rosa comes back with some knees. Rosa's into an arm lock. Looking for a crossface, but Ivelisse turns on her back. Rosa covers for a near fall. Then an elbow drop to the head. Another one. And then Ivelisse drives some rights to the back of Thunder Rosa. Roll into the corner. Rosa with an uppercut. And a snapmare full Nelson on the ground. I don't know how you do that, but it's okay. Ivelisse escapes, hits a knee, then knocks in a 1925 sleeper from behind. Rosa pushes back into a pin for a 1 count. Ivelisse knocks in the legs. Thunder Rosa tries for the hair, turns into the hold, hits a punch to the stomach, then another one to the face, then another one. And then Ivelisse stops the momentum with a knee to the gut, then another one. As Thunder Rosa drops to her knees, Ivelisse kicks her right in the titties, then another one, but it gets caught. Thunder Rosa hits a dragon screw leg whip. Then they go back and forth. Rosa gets the upper hand, flips out of the corner, runs with a clothesline, slides through the ropes to the top rope, swings some knees into the titties. Then another kick to the titties of Ivelisse. Rosa hits the ropes, running drop kick to Ivelisse, cover for a near fall. Ivelisse shoves Rosa butterfly into a tiger driver, 98 or 90, whatever number it was, for a near fall. Ivelisse with a snapmare attempt, but Rosa with a side lush and reg sweep. She holds on and knocks in a crossface, not like that guy named Benoit, but you know what I'm talking about. Ivelisse gets the ropes, gets pulled up, lands on her feet, hits the midsection, tops the second rope, then on the apron, but Rosa's there to hit an elbow, then a Death Valley driver for a near fall. She lifts Ivelisse up. Ivelisse lands on her feet, hits an elbow, then a snapmare. Ivelisse rolls through with her and hits a kick to the face for a near fall. She hits the ropes, and Thunder Rosa falls and hits a knee. Ivelisse lands on her feet off of after she gets picked up. She floats over, hits a knee, then goes into ropes. Rosa catches her. She spins, tombstone pile driver, and gets 1-2. Ivelisse lifts the leg, but the referee counted the 3. So I don't know if that was a botch finish or whatever it was, but still pretty decent match. I gave 3 out of 5 stars. And that was it. So Thunder Rosa keeps the NWA Women's title. Get that. Afterwards, as Thunder Rosa is celebrating, Diamante attacks from behind. She kicks Rosa out of the ring as Ivelisse holds the NWA World title up in the air. And then Hikaru Shida enters the ring, kicks Ivelisse, and sends Diamante into her. Then she grabs the NWA title as Thunder Rosa enters the ring. She picks it up, puts it over Thunder Rosa's shoulders, slaps the belt a few times. She smiles. He's like, and then she leaves the ring, gives her some props, like, good job. And that's that. So we'll see what happens with that situation going into next week. I think, and we find out later that Hikaru Shida and Thunder Rosa would team up against Ivelisse and Diamante next week. Which should be a pretty decent women's tag team match. We'll see what happens with that. And we will move on from that. So, match was all right. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. And that's that. All right. Then we go to a segment with Kip Sabian, Penelope Ford, and Milo Alexander Rusev. Rusev smash Lana pussy. Yeah. Milo smash Lana pussy. Yeah. Anyway. Or whatever you want to say. So Miro's working out, pumping some weights. So he stops. Miro wants to just get in the ring to kill somebody. He wants to smash somebody. So Kip says they have some work to do. Miro's like, yes, we have to. We will have the best bachelor party, much better than their game on Warzone. Call of Duty Warzone? Okay. Anyway, and they're arguing over loadouts. They're arguing over Call of Duty. What the hell is this segment about? I guess to put Miro over more, I guess. I don't know. And basically say, we're gonna throw the best bachelor party ever. Okay, when is it? And there are gonna be strippers there. That's all I care about. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. So I gave that segment 2.25 out of 5 stars. And that's it. All right, then we come back. We see Lance Archer and Jake Roberts. They come out. Lance Archer runs out, grabs some skinny, puny little run. Not Marco Stunt, but looked about his weight and almost his size. Grabs this guy wearing a mask, sends him into the ring, choke slams the crap out of him. Lays him out. And then Jake Roberts gets on the mic, says, this is a proper re-entrance. And he has a question for us. Would you exchange all your pleasure for some pain? Kind of quotes Pink Floyd a little bit. Says, would you get you to trade your heroes for ghosts? I was like, are we quoting Pink Floyd now? What is this, Jake? Holy crap. Anyway, and he says, would you exchange all your pleasure for some pain? I don't know if that's a lyric from a song. Aren't they the same? I think that might be something from Kurt Cobain's library. I don't know, but he says he thinks so. They believe so. Sometimes in wrestling, movies, or politics, you get yourself in bed with someone you might not go to bed with. This is what we find ourselves doing right now. He says Lance isn't happy, but sometimes you need money or info or a way out. And for them, they need tag team partners. So if Jake is going to lay in bed with the devil, he just as soon does it with the Tasmanian devil, meaning Taz. So Taz comes out, says Team Taz is happy to do business with them. And like he discussed, the trio of Starks, Cage, and Archer is a deadly trio. And the last thing he says is that we have a deal that when Archer beats Moxley, Brian Cage gets the first shot. So Cage's like, oh, okay. Okay. And then Archer tells Taz to understand that he and his boys are enemies of his enemy, which that makes him your enemy. My enemy of your enemy makes me your friend. But come the anniversary show, when he drops Moxley, AEW will have a killer new champion, and he doesn't care how much Eddie Kingston whines and cries. The Monster and the Machine will go Godzilla on Daly's place. Damn. I mean, Godzilla? Ew. And I thought Godzilla was wreaking havoc on not my E-Fed, but WJ's E-Fed. Oh shit. But Archer, Starks, and Cage going Godzilla over the entire landscape of AEW. Holy shit, that would be fucking epic. But we'll see what happens. So that brings out the AEW champion, Jon Moxley. So he comes out from the stage, and he's standing like, he's ready to talk. Then we see a fan grab Moxley, and it's Ricky Starks. Brian Cage comes from the other side. He attacks. Like, they beat the crap out of Moxley, sending him into a road case that breaks. It was just it looked like a fucking utility box, and it just was a fucking old rinky-dink box that you make in wood shop. So that breaks. And then of all people, Will Hobbs, who's been really making a name for himself in AEW over the last couple weeks. Great showing in the AEW Casino Battle Royale. Pretty good showing there. Didn't win it, but put up a good show. He comes up the ramp with a chair, so swinging like a madman, hits Brian Cage in the stomach, then hits him in the side of the head, and he's just wailing on everybody. He's like hitting hitting the railing of the stands and just trying to beat the living bejesus out of Starks and Cage. He runs them off. And we see like Kaz and Jake Roberts and Lance Archer looking on from the ring, and Brian Cage and Ricky Starks just go into another part of the arena. Moxley gets on the mic. He's like, "Hell of a team you got there, Jake," and he wants to introduce them to Oakland's most violent, the Real Power, Will Hobbs, Will Hobbs, not Real Hobbs, but Will Hobbs. And he looks at him and says, well, we need a third partner. So how about you, Darby Allin? I know you're watching. He says, you better get your ass to Jacksonville next week because we're going to war. So that's your 6-man, I guess, main event next week. Will Hobbs, Jon Moxley, and Darby Allin take it on Ricky Starks, Brian Cage, and Lance Archer. That should be a slobber knocker of a 6-man tag team match next week. So we'll see what happens with that. So all that segment, I gave 3.25 out of 5 stars. Good fight. Good night. No, good fight. And good way to hype up next week's match. And that's all I got to say about that. Excuse me just a second. And that's it. All right. After that, we end the show with the parking lot brawl. We head backstage. We're in the middle of the circle of cars. So everybody that was at ringside went to the back, or went to the other side of the building, probably near where the Jacksonville Jaguars play. Not the field, but the inside, the back of the stadium, or the Bailey's place, or whatever you want to call it. So Santana Ortiz come out wearing white face paint, looking like some rejects from the Warriors movie. Warriors come out and play. I'll watch that movie again. I met the son of what's his name? I can't think of his name. You know the guy I'm talking about. The guy goes, "Can you dig it?" I met his son. There's a picture on my one of my Facebook page. I forgot which one. I think it's my main page or my fan page with a picture of me and his son, because they had an event in Coney Island. So my good buddies December's Fall were playing to basically nobody, but because everybody came early in the day. It felt like nobody was there. I don't know. Everybody was on the rides. Everybody was at on the beach. Nobody wants to see December's Fall. God damn it. You should see December's Fall when this fucking virus ends and we can get back to normalcy and get some concerts going around here. I mean, I really want to see In This Moment. I still have my ticket from the April 1st show that got canceled. I still have it. I just gotta wait till whenever it gets announced and I can use it. And I can go to Terminal 5, which I really don't want to go to. Terminal 5 is the worst fucking venue ever. And it used to be called Club Exit back in the day. And I went to Club Exit maybe 2 times at least. 2 or maybe 3 times. Didn't have a great time. Because one time I almost got real sick. I had to go to the roof, because I had a roof there, and go to the outside, get some fresh air. Thankfully, that made me feel better. Then I went downstairs, had a pretty good time. Didn't dance with that many people, but it is what it is. Then the second time I went, I danced with this chick. I mean, let's just say she's plump for what she was, and she gave me a run for my money. She's like, "You're a good dancer." I'm like, "Duh." And try to get a number at the end. I saw at the end of outside. I was trying to get a number. She never gave me a number. I think she tried to give me a fake number, but I was like, eh. But my friends were acting like dicks, so trying to get her number from me. But it is what it is. That's all. It's in the past, and that's all my clubbing days from like when I was like 21 up until 2007 with my good friends. They moved away now. Well, most of them they moved. couple of them moved to Canarsie. Another one moved to Long Island. So, haven't gone clubbing with them in God knows how long. I would love to go clubbing again with them with the missus, but me and the missus go to Atlantic City to go clubbing when we go to Atlantic City. We go to boogie nights. Sometimes we went to Providence one night. Providence is like a hip hop club, hip hop and reggae. They played a couple of rock tunes here and there, but had a pretty decent time there. Drinks are free. I got drinks for free because I'm fucking Mr. VIP. So we had a good time there. We had a very good time at doing when we went to Providence the first time we went. That's the only time we went. Because we were trying to look some new stuff. We want to go to Boogie Nights really, but Boogie Nights is great. I mean, if you haven't gone to Boogie Nights in Atlantic City at the Tropicana, go there. Go there during either Thursday night or go there Friday night. Thursday night's usually hip hop night. Friday night is I think it's Friday night. 80s and 70s and 80s night, which is always fun. Saturday I think it's 90s night. I don't know if they do anything on Sunday. I don't think they're open on Sunday. When this fucking virus ends and we can go back to the clubs and have some fucking fun. You know, we got to be socially distanced and all that shit. Garbage. I don't think anybody's going to go to a fucking nightclub in the next 2 years. You want to go party? Go party in 2023 when this fucking thing ends, hopefully. Not going to be next year. Probably won't be the year after that. We're fucked for years, man. Until this fucking thing gets... They're saying that Trump said that vaccine's coming in October. Bullshit. Bullshit. I would be really shocked if we get a vaccine in October. I would be shocked. We're not getting a vaccine until next year, motherfuckers. And even if it works, if we could get it out and mass produce this shit in October, that'd be great. We can get people to get tested that are positive, get tested for it. I don't know if I'll get tested, but I'm not positive anyway. But we get that. We can get this fucking vaccine down, and because we haven't heard a lot about this fucking virus, other than the numbers keep going up in the U.S. I think it's over. I think it's just about to hit 200,000. It's over 200,000 now cases in the United States. Worldwide, I don't even know how much it is worldwide, but I read some that New York during the lockdown, the coronavirus went down 70%. That's not bad. So if you want to hate on De Blasio and Cuomo all you want, but I guess they didn't do the right things, but we're putting New York on lockdown for a little while, and then finally reopening it. Now that reopening it the last couple months. But it's really steady. I mean, we have some cases here and there, positive cases here and there, not much. Now that school's going to be starting on Monday, they had like 55 cases of with the coronavirus, I think, with the schools and stuff like that. I don't even think school's going to be even last. I really don't. I think this whole thing with school starting on the 21st, there are going to be a lot of fucking cases. All these students, all these little kids, all the little babies, like the 4 or 5 year olds, up to the big people, everybody in college and high school. I mean, they're getting it around, in certain colleges are getting it. I just have a bad feeling that school's not going to happen this year. We're going to go back to remote learning for the rest of the school year. Nobody's going to go to a school or anything. They're going to be doing remote learning because people are going to be too what do you call it? They're going to be too nervous to go in front, go to school in front of a teacher. God forbid, they're not going to wear masks because all these fucking kids are so fucking stupid. Basically 12 or older. Yeah, basically 12 and up are fucking idiots. Think they know everything. They can act the way they do because I'm 15. I can do whatever the fuck I want. Next thing you know, you're in jail because you're a fucking idiot. Because you hang out with the wrong crew. Then when you get in jail, you're in a juvenile detention for up until you're 18. Then you're like, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Then your life is fucked. And God forbid, when you get out of juvenile detention, what's going to happen? When you're going to act the same way when you're 18 and up? Probably not. And then when you go to real jail, you get ass raped and probably shanked. All these guys in the big house, you don't want to fuck with those guys. Just don't. Just act your fucking age. Don't do all this shit. Trying to rob a store, rob a bank, loot, all this shit. Just go, live your life, get an education, make something out of yourself. Don't be an idiot. Don't be like your parents if they were like gangbangers and all this shit. Don't do that. Make something out of your life. Because we don't need more fucking chaos in this fucking country. But who am I to talk? The police can't do a goddamn thing. People, the freaking white cops shooting black people, and then black people getting all. I'm not being racist or anything, but get Black Lives Matter, like they're all coming down, semi-peaceful protests and riots and looting in every part of the fucking country. It's still going on in certain parts of the country. It's still going on. I mean, really, people, can you just get the fuck over it? That's all I gotta say about that. Enough about that bullshit. I don't give two fucking shits. So anyway, let's get to the main event. So Santana Ortiz coming out wearing white face paint, looking like skeletons or something like that. So taking on the best friends, Chucky T and Trent, come in their street clothes. They brawled at the beginning of the match. Santana and Chuck, they pair off with each other. Chuck sends Santana into a side rear view mirror. Ow, right in the face. We see later on Santana's busted wide open from the head. Trent has the hood of a car up, lays Ortiz on the engine, slams the hood onto him a bunch of times. Then Chucky gets on the roof of a car, hits a swanton to Ortiz. Trent goes to the roof, hits a swanton on the roof. Holy shit. This match was fucking insane. Trent grabs Ortiz. Chuck heads to a pickup truck full of flat pieces of wood and drywall, which gets used later. They grab a sheet of plywood and bridge it over the bed of the truck. Trent drops a piece of wood onto the back of Ortiz. Ortiz with right hands on his knees. Trent hits a right hand. Santana is up. Chuck sends him onto the hood of a red car. And Trent's fighting Ortiz. Santana grabs a baton from on top of a tire, where you must have put it there somehow. Attacks Chuck, then hits Trent with it in the back. Santana is busted wide open, as I said. Santana catapults Trent into the door of the truck bed. Woo! God damn, that had to hurt. But anyway, Ortiz has a sledgehammer, tries to throw it at Chuck's face. Chuck moved, and the sledgehammer goes right through the windshield on the right side, I guess. That was pretty sick. Chuck sends Ortiz into a trash can. Then he sends him into the trunk of another car. Chuck gets to the top of a car, drags Ortiz up onto the car. Ortiz locks up the head and suplexes Chuck onto the hood of the car, smashes the back window to pieces. He comes for a near fall, as we have two referees to look on, just in case. And the only way to win, I think, is by pinfall, submission, or I think by giving up or surrendering, something like that. Typical parking lot brawl, like we've seen with Eddie Guerrero and John Cena and others that have passed on. Anyway, so Ortiz grabs a trash can, tosses on the I think it was on the truck. Trent's there to grab Ortiz and sends him into the hood. Ow. Ortiz sets up some driveway, tries to powerbomb Trent. Trent lands on his feet. Then he spears Ortiz into the door. And Ortiz, his arm is gushing blood. So I don't know what happened to his arm, but anyway. Santana's chucked near the hood of the car. Trent just speared Ortiz and he smashes the door. Well, basically was a door in the chuck. Santana attacks the back of the head. Some right hands. Santana sends Chuck into the hood. Back suplexes Santana onto the hood. Ow. Ortiz has a big metal dustpan. Smacks Trent in the face with it. Tries to get Chuck, but Chuck sends him onto the hood of the car. Chuck grabs a barricade nearby and leans it up against the car. Ortiz tries to fight with some right hands. Locks for a suplex. Chuck blocks it, then hits a suplex onto the barricade. Ow! Then he grabs the hair of Ortiz. Santana grabs a long piece of wood, smacks Chuck across the back with it. Trent sends Santana onto the hood of an Acura. Sucks to be an Acura car. Beats on his forehead over and over, continuing to open up that wound. Chuck comes to Trent, tells him to handle Ortiz. Trent walks to the car, grabs Ortiz, and Ortiz hits a low blow right into the nuts. Then he powerbombs Trent onto the hood of the car, smashes that to pieces, and Trent's back is busted wide open. And Santana's blocking orders, tells Ortiz they're going to kill him. They left Trent and powerbomb on the car, so it's busted up even more. Trent rolls over and there's glass all over his back. Chucky gets up. He has a large piece of wood. Smacks Ortiz on the back with it. Runs to Santana. Back body drop the Chuck onto the trash can. As Trent busted wide open on his back. Ortiz with some wood chokes Trent up. Punches the head. Santana fights Chuck away. We see Trent has like a shiner, like blood coming out of his eye. Santana grabs Chuck, says this was the biggest mistake of your effing life. They bleeped out the F. Right hands to Chuck over and over and over again. He's beating the crap out of Chuck. Knox considers calling the match, but he can't do it because that's not the way to win the match. It's either pinfall or submission. Santana grabs a lead pipe, slaps it against the cement a bit, and then looks to smash the crap out of Chucky T, who was leaning against the car. Then we see the car going on and off. The back lights going on and off. The back door, the trunk opens, and Orange Cassidy comes out. He's in the trunk, big man, and hits a Superman punch with a chain on his fist. Then he grabs Santana, lifts him up, and beats him up. Orange works Santana over to Chuck. Ortiz has Trent. Chuck with a sick-looking pile driver on Santana. And then Trent knocks in the strong zero, and he hits it through the wooden board, crushes that to pieces. 1, 2, 3. The best friends get the win in a hellacious parking lot brawl that I gave 4.5 out of 5 stars. This was amazing, just fucking amazing between these two teams. And I thought the guerrilla warfare match in TNA with Santana and Ortiz against the other LAX, Eddie Kingston's LAX, was bad when they were fighting on the square circle of sacrifice, otherwise known as the CZW death match. When they were fighting on that, when they were hitting like pile drivers onto that, I thought the boards were going to give way and they were going to just crash onto the steel. Oh, that match was sick in TNA. Go watch that match. I think it's called the Guerrilla Warfare match. Not the Guerrilla Warfare match. What was it called? I forget what it was called. But that match was sick between LAX and the other LAX. But this match was fucking amazing. 4.5 out of 5 stars. Best friends get the win. And then they get in Trent's mom's car, Susie's car. She has a brand new car. They get in the ring. They get in the car. Chucky's the last guy to get in. And they head out. And Susie stops. She leans out. She goes like this She has goes like this, and then boop, middle finger to LAX, to Santana Ortiz. That was pretty funny. I kind of marked out for that. That was really funny. So the best friends, Orange Cassidy, they ride off into the sunset with the win, beating the crap out of Santana Ortiz. And that's basically all I gotta say about that. Holy shit, with this match. This match was great. And that's all I gotta say about that. That's my kitty cat. As usual. Come on, baby. Got anything to say? Got something to say, Zuzu? To your friendly fans? Got something to say? No? Got nothing to say? Pounded? Yeah. My cat. I love my cat. I love the little boochie. I need a boochie. I need a boochie. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. Okay. I'm not going to play my pussy anymore. Hey. That's what she said. Anyway, so that match was the icing on the cake for this great fucking epic fucking episode of AEW Dynamite. Awesome night. Awesome night. You know, I originally gave it 7.5 out of 10. Fuck that. 8.5 out of 10. This was a great night of action. And if you think I'm overrating it, fuck you. This was a great night of action. Probably the best, not one, I don't think the best, but one of the best nights of Dynamite in it since the beginning. This was great. And we're going to see what happens next week on the program. We got a 6-man tag team match. Moxley, Will Hobbs, and Darby Allin taking on Brian Cage, Ricky Starks, and Lance Archer. We got Taz and Jake Roberts at ringside. That should be pretty epic. We got Hikaru Shida and Thunder Rosa teaming up against Ivelisse and Diamante. That should be pretty good. We got Chris Jericho. I think he's going to be in action next week. Le Champion. That should be pretty interesting. See what he's going to do. We'll probably hear from Matt Hardy, or Matt Hardy will come out and beat Jericho up, setting the stage for their match, which might happen at the 1-year anniversary show. We'll see what happens with that. See what happens with the Bucks. I don't know what's going to happen next with the Bucks. I think they're going to get fined $20,000 or $25,000. Probably more money than they can count. You know the Bucks have all that money from the merch. They got tons of money. So they can just give Tony Khan more money so he can become a trillionaire. He's already a billionaire. He should be a trillionaire. But I digress. So we'll see what happens with that. We got Brodie Lee defending the TNT Championship against freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy. That should be a pretty good match. I don't think Orange Cassidy's going to win the belt, but you never know. So that should be pretty good. And I think that's it. I think that's the only matches that's going to be that was announced on the show. So that's it. So that's all I got to say about that. So that's it for my video. Thank you all for watching. Once again, 8.5 out of 10 stars for this amazing show. Probably one of the best shows in the last few months from AEW. Great show. Hopefully they can build on it next week and put on another stellar show. I don't know what the ratings were going to be, but I think a lot of people were watching AEW tonight. I hope. I don't think they're going to get 1 million again, but I would be shocked if they get over 1 million. I mean, they got 1.016 last week. This week, if they can get 1.1, that'll be amazing. But I don't think they're going to get 1.1. But we'll see. You never know. They might, because NXT was back on its normal night again. So the Wednesday Night Wars are back in effect. So I don't know. There could have been a lot of channel changing, but people were out maybe watching baseball, watching whatever. Hey, the Mets won. Whoop-de-damn fucking do. 12 games left. You think they're going to make it? I don't think so. And if they do, they got to get bounced in the first round. Their pitching staff is garbage. With just the Grom and a 3-game series and a wild card, fuck it. There's no way. There is no way the Mets will make it to the to even the past the wild card round. I mean, 12 games left. If they can go 7-5 or 8-4 would be nice. But look, they're playing next. They got one more against Philly tomorrow. Then they play the Braves. Ugh. Yeah, I gotta worry about JD's team and JD mocking me. Fuck you. Fuck the Braves. That's all I gotta say about that. They're gonna get bounced in the first round of the playoffs or the second round. They're not going anywhere. If anybody's coming out of the National League, probably the Dodgers or maybe the Cubs. Cubs looking pretty good. Look, Cubs win. Dribbling down the line, not in time. So I think it might be the Cubs. It might be the Dodgers coming out of the National League. Coming out of the AL, the Yankees are getting red hot again. Ugh. So I think the Yankees will make the playoffs. I think they're one of the wild cards already. So, their pitching's getting good. Garrett Cole pitched a great game against the Blue Jays, though. I mean, the Blue Jays fucking suck. They beat them 20-2. I mean, the Mets beat them up 19-2 or 19-4, whatever the fucking score was. Both New York teams whipped the fucking crap out of Toronto, or as should we call them, Buffalo, since they play in Buffalo. Because they can't play in Toronto because nobody can go in and out of Canada. Fucking shit that is. So that's why Bobby Roode's not even on the fucking program in WWE. Well, we get Sami Zayn. Is it Sami Zayn from Montreal? By way of Saudi Arabia or wherever. He's Muslim. We all know that. Or did he just jump over? I think he jumped over the border, dressed as El Generico, got out of that orphanage that he was in 5 months ago. He hopped over the border, somehow got to Full Sail University. Well, got to the Thunderdome, I should say. And he proclaims himself as the IC champion. So, he was away for 5 months, probably went to Mexico to feed all those orphans he has as Generico. Then he hopped the border. I don't know how he hopped the border, because he's El Generico. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. Then he comes back, dressed as Sami Zayn, comes back to WWE a couple of weeks ago. And now we got Sami Zayn back. And we got Roman Reigns back from a 5-month hiatus. Because, he left because the way that the WWE were conducting their COVID test was horrible. That's why a lot of people got it, like Renee Young, Caleb Braxton, Carmella, Corey Graves. I think Booker T has it now, I heard. Nobody wants to hear that. Not Booker T. Booker T's like, we're coming for you, COVID. Well, I'm not going to say what he says, but come for you, COVID. So hopefully Booker T gets better. And that's pretty much it. That's basically it. Booker T's not, he just does the pay-per-view, so he'll be all right. He's not going to be in the Thunderdome probably till Clash of Champions anyway, so. Well, Clash of Champions is what, next weekend? So I don't know if he's going to be on the panel. He might not. They might just have, I would think Charlie Caruso and Pete Rosenberg, maybe that idiot Sam Roberts, and maybe Jerry the King Lawler. I don't know. Probably that kind of panel. Or maybe the people from the bump. Maybe Caleb Braxton will be on there. But we'll see what happens with that. But next weekend is Clash of the Champions, ladies and gentlemen. And I will be here next week to give you my next Saturday on that is the 26th with another edition of the Gilmore Chronicles. I believe it's episode 179 or 180, somewhere. I forgot what number I'm up to now. But I'll be talking about that. Give you my Clash of Champions predictions, and then Sunday night, when I get home from work Sunday night, which I'll be home about 12 o'clock. So I'll watch some of the, little bit of it, not much, because I'm not going to be in the break room until I go on my break. So I'll catch maybe the second hour of it. I'll watch a little bit of the second hour on my phone in the break room. So I'll watch a little bit of the second hour, see what's going on, get some highlights. And then when I get home, I'll probably just watch the highlights. I'll go on rewatch the stream, and just skim through the matches and formalize my notes. And then next Sunday night after Classic Champions, probably around 12, I want to say about 12, 1 o'clock, I'll give you my Clash of the Champions review right here on the Peter Gilmer YouTube Wrestling channel, the home of all pay-per-views, NXT, AEW, NXT TakeOver reviews, TNA pay-per-view reviews, and wrestling news and reviews and all that other good stuff. So stay here for all that good stuff. And that's that. So we get that. All right, everybody, that's it. Thank you for watching. 8.5 out of 10 stars for an epic night of AEW Dynamite! And it was Dynamite tonight! That's all I got to say about that. If you think otherwise, then you do a video. You tell me what you thought of it. And that's that. Your opinion might be different from mine, but my opinion matters the most. But I digress. So that's all I got to say about that. So we'll see what happens next week on the program. There's some good matches next week. And as we roll on to the anniversary show on October the 14th, live from Daly's Place in Jacksonville, Florida, on TNT. Because basketball will be over, hockey will be over. Well, hockey will be probably in the Stanley Cup playoffs by then, or maybe that might be over soon. So already the Dallas Stars are in the playoffs, in the Stanley Cup Finals. They're waiting for Tampa Bay or the Islanders. And I think it's going to Game 6, or it could be going to Game 7. I don't know. Freaking Tampa Bay was up 2-0. Now it's 2-2, I think. Ugh. Can fucking Islanders lose? I don't want to have to root for Dallas. Dallas is a good team. Let's put it that way. They're in the Stanley Cup. You know, with a goalie that's like not even 6 feet tall. That fucking goalie's a machine. And I thought Henrik Lundqvist was a machine back then. Back in 2014. He's a show of himself now. Goodbye, Hank. You're done. Give me Georgie. Give me what's his name? Georgiev, whatever his last name is. The guy that's really the number one goalie for the Rangers now. Who's gonna be their star goalie for the next few years. Unless they get someone, they get another guy. But the Rangers got the number one draft pick. Gonna get somebody great. I think that the star player, I forgot his name. They're gonna get him. He's gonna be awesome on the Rangers with all those other guys like Cooper, Krakow, whatever his damn name is. You know, see so much I know about the Rangers. And with, you know, all the guys on the Rangers, I think the Rangers are going to be deadly next year. You know, didn't have a great year last year. Then with the fucking pandemic, then they come back. They were on a roll going into the pandemic, and then right after that, they just laid an egg in the first round. They got swept by the Carolina Hurricanes. Fucking horrible. But they get the number one pick. That's the most important thing. So we'll see what happens in December. Yes, hockey does not start next month like it usually does. It starts in December. So going from December all the way to May or June. When I think the Stanley Cup players will probably be in May or June. Or maybe into July. Who knows? I don't know if it's going to be in arenas. They might still do the bubble next year. I don't know. Depending on what this fucking virus does. But if they go back to, if some of the states let these teams do well, I don't think they're gonna do. I don't think it's gonna happen though. But I think it's gonna be. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know how they're gonna do next season. I don't know with this fucking virus the way it might be in the winter, in the beginning of the late fall, early winter. What's gonna happen with hockey? I don't know. Are they gonna continue to play in Edmonton and Toronto or whatever Edmonton and Las Vegas or wherever they're playing? They're gonna be in that bubble, or they might go play at Madison Square Garden. They might play at the Barclays Center or the new stadium in Long Island that they're opening up. I forgot the name of it. I think it's the UBS Arena or something like that. Some weird name. Some weird initial name. But looking pretty damn good. Like the Nassau Coliseum. The new look. Not the old mausoleum. The kind of updated version of the mausoleum. Then they tore that down. Which I thought was a dumb idea. Now they had this big-ass arena being built, which I think is going to be built by next year. So, gonna get. I think the Islanders will play. That's to be the home of the Islanders. Raw, SmackDown might go there if we get fans going back. If this pandemic fucking ends and we can get back to normalcy, and we can go to hockey games and go to baseball and basketball games and football games. A lot of people now. There's some people going to football games, not here in the Northeast. Or in California. We didn't see anybody at the fucking Niners game. Fucking Niners. How do you... I'm kind of pissed off with the Niners. Jimmy G had a really fucking horrible game. And people want his head already. One game you want his head? Fucking Tom Brady had a bad game. You want him to lead Tampa Bay? Get the fuck out of here. Stupid idiots. I think Brady will bounce back this week. I think Jimmy G will bounce back. They're playing the fucking Jets. Really, if you lose to the Jets, I think the season's over. Or if you lose to the Giants, and the Giants are even worse. And they were beating the crap out of the Steelers the first half. And then they... So my dad told me. I didn't watch the game, but I was at work, so I missed Monday Night Football, so... But, the Giants looked pretty good in the first half, and then they just seeded the stink in the second half. Kind of like what the Jets kind of did. Jets looked okay, but they gave up 21 points in the first half. Then they kind of tried to make a comeback in the second half. It was too little too late. They lost to the Bills. The fucking Patriots won with Cam Newton. So... Belichick and Cam Newton, maybe the new Tom Brady. I doubt that, though. I still think the Patriots not going to win. I don't think the Patriots going to win that division. I think it's going to be the Bills. But we'll see. The Ravens look good. Chiefs look good again. I think it's going to be Ravens-Chiefs AFC title game. Oh, well, not again, but because the Ravens lost in the first round. But we'll see what happens with that. But I'm gonna watch the game. Most of the game, because I gotta go to work at 4:00 on Sunday. So I'll catch most of the game. I'll probably watch the first half, maybe a little bit of the second half. I have to leave at 3:15, so I'm probably gonna get up to a little bit of the second half, and then I'll have the rest of the game on my phone. I can watch it while I'm on the bus going into work. And then by the time I start work, the game will be over. And then I can always watch it. I have it on DVR anyway, so that'll be that. So should be a good weekend. Should be a good weekend of action. The New York Giants play the Bears in Chicago. Probably lose. Got the Niners and the Jets. I'm hoping the Niners crucify the Jets. And then the week after, and then next week, they crucify the Giants in MetLife Stadium. I'm going to make that stadium a bitch. So, we'll see what happens with that. So, I think the Niners will get back on track in the next 2 weeks. Probably next 3 weeks. But we'll see. And get back to their winning ways. I think Jimmy G will have a great game this week. And maybe next week. But, he has to hit his fucking receivers. and stop making stupid mistakes. Guys, Kittle was hurt a little bit last week, so I kind of hurt him. But he's back this week. He's on a mission. I think he's gonna have a good game. And we'll see. I got the Niners winning by 2 touchdowns. I really should be 3 touchdowns, but I'm gonna give the Jets a little bit of leeway. I think the Niners will win by 2 touchdowns. With the Giants, they're gonna lose to the Bears probably by 10. It might be close, but I think the Bears gonna pull it out. But we'll see what happens with that. Anyway, that's it for my video. Thank you all for watching. Leave your comments and your opinions about AEW Dynamite tonight. Tonight, or a few hours ago. Leave your comments and questions that you might have down below in the comment section of the video. Smash that like button to death. Also, smash that subscribe button to death. Hopefully, we can get to 400 subscribers on this channel. And we'll see what happens with that. And we move on from there. And subscribe to all my other channels as well. All the links down below in the description box. And as always, friend me on Facebook. If you're on Facebook, just type in Peter Gilmore. You'll find me somewhere. And just maybe I'll follow you back. Maybe I'll friend you back. Maybe I won't. If you're on Twitter, hit the Twitter link down below. And follow me on Twitter. Usually, sometimes I tweet, sometimes I don't. But, you can send me a DM or send me a tweet or notification. And a comment or whatever you want, your questions. And I'll try to get back to you. And that's basically it. And share the video all over the internet, Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Vimeo, Daily Motion, BitChute, wherever you share my videos on the internet. And don't forget to tap that bell and turn on all my notifications so YouTube can somehow, some way, hopefully send my videos out to you so you don't have to bitch and complain. And that's all I got to say about that. So that's it for my video. Thank you for watching. Once again, 8.5 out of 10 stars for Dynamite. It was a great show tonight. And we'll see what happens next week on the show. And that's pretty much it. So that's it, everybody. I'll be back tomorrow with my NXT review for the night, for the show last night. I heard it was a pretty decent show. Not great, but it is what it is. But I'll be the judge of that. So I'll give you my review tomorrow night. And that'll basically be it. And then Friday night, SmackDown, right after SmackDown goes off the air. Talk about SmackDown and get you ready for the weekend. And that's pretty much it. And that's it. So thank you everybody for watching. Be safe, everybody. Continue to wear your mask and social distance. And if you don't, well, fuck you. That's all I got to say about that. If you're not down with that, I got 3 words for you. Fuck you, man. That's all I got to say about that. So thank you all for watching. AEW kick some ass tonight, baby. That's all I got to say. Thank you for watching. I got to go take a shit again. So I'm out. Peace, bitches.